Hello, this is Ryan Buckley, and I'm going to be putting on some trick training clinics this summer. So I was going to do a video to kind of show what I will be going over, and it depends. Most clinics are a one-day intro to trick training, and I'll demonstrate today what we'll be going over. And then because a lot of the way I train tricks is building from one to another, in Kiowa, Colorado, we've set up 3 clinics, each 3 weeks apart. The first one this Saturday, the 21st, then July 12th and August 2nd. So that you take one thing, learn it, practice for a few weeks, and then you come back and build on that. So first, I'd like to thank my sponsors, Toklat.com, makers of Myler Bits and T3 and Matrix saddle pads. And also, I've had people ask, what will trick training do to benefit me and my horse? If I have a finished rope horse, how is it going to help me? And if you have a finished horse in any discipline, trick training might not be something for you, but it's a really good way to establish respect and responsiveness in your horse. Also, if you got a horse that's hard to catch, there's some things in trick training, especially liberty training, that will help you and benefit any horse. I really like to start all my colts learning some of this. Again, it's just learning how to get a cue, be responsive. So if you think about it, anything we do when we're riding is similar. Take a side pass. If I'm on the ground, I give him a cue with a little whip cue and say, move your body that way, and he moves. In a way, that's trick training. I gave him a cue, and then when he gives the correct response, I reward it. Then when you're on under saddle and you're riding him, if you want him to side pass to the right, you're going to put a little leg pressure on the left and ask him to side pass. So same thing. And by teaching it on the ground here, they're more responsive and quicker to pick up when you're under saddle. So this is Atlas, a 6-year-old Gypsy Vanner, and I'm going to be using him to demonstrate some of the tricks. So a lot of what we're going to be doing is just some basic groundwork and manners. Again, getting your horse to move. So we'll start by, asking him to move his hips away. Good boy. And then we can maybe move his ribs. So I say this will turn into a side pass later. Then we'll work at going over and asking on the off side. Bring your hips. Bring your hips. And then side pass towards me. And that is just great at getting your horse to move and put him where you want him. But that builds up and leads to a come here on the fence, which is good for getting on. So now the horse knows how to do that. Good boy, Atlas. Good boy. Also, one of the first tricks I train all my horses is the hug. And not only is it fun to have people get hugs from your horse, it helps in teaching them to hold their head still, easy to bridle. So I stand here and say, give me a hug. Good boy. Good. So that's a fun little trick to do. We also will be teaching the smile. Smile. Atlas. Smile. He usually smiles really well. He must be camera shy today. Are you camera shy? Come on. There's a little smile. Yeah. There. Come on, hold it. There's a smile. So on the first day, we will also be teaching the stretch, which is, that's good, I didn't ask for it yet. So the way I train a bow on one knee, I first teach the stretch. So we're going to be learning how to make them stretch like that. Good boy. Oh, good boy. That's really good. We'll also be teaching the head down cue, which is just so you tap there and the head comes down, and that leads into a different way to teach a lay down. And then we'll be working at putting their front feet on the pedestal in the first clinic. Step up. Good. Whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa. So this is a great trick. Not only are you specifically asking for 1 foot to move and go to the right spot, but it helps with trailer loading, helps with all kinds of leg handling. If you're bringing a yearling or 2-year-old that hasn't been handled much, pedestal training is a really good way to get to working with the legs, rubbing them, starting picking them up. So I really like pedestal training. And in the first one, we'll just be working on front feet because they need to learn to just get up on the front feet without walking off before we build. That'll be on the second clinic when we start working at all 4 feet, which will look like this. Step up. Okay, walk up a little. Step up. Good boy. And once you get to all 4 feet, then it's definitely a balancing, and it's the horses having to be very respectful of your cues to do something fairly unnatural for him. So not only is it good for leg placement, it's actually really good in training their mental state to respond to your requests. And again, it just kind of makes the horses learn to learn. So then whether you're wanting to go on and barrel race or team rope or just make a trail horse or a ranch horse, they're already starting to be more respectful of you when you ask for something. We'll also be working on, here, I'll go over here. We'll be working on an intro to picking things up, which this is just kind of fun. You can play with whether you want to build a trick act, or if you just want to play with your horse, you say, take it. Take it. Good boy. Good boy. We also will be working with, here, take it. Good boy. So in the first clinic, we'll just be working on them, trying to pick something up and hold it. And you can build on that and actually turn it into playing fetch with your horse. Probably in the second or third clinic, we'll be working with actually fetching. And then we will also be working with a bean bag, which is again kind of an unnatural thing for a horse to do, is to sit. So it helps their mental state. Sit. Good boy. And I will be bringing Atlas along with another one of my trick horses to the clinic so I can demonstrate with my horses, and you'll have the opportunity to actually practice on my horses to see how it's supposed to work. Then you can work on your horses at home. That'll probably be most of what we'll be doing in the first clinic. On the second clinic, we're going to build from there. I already mentioned the pedestal. We'll work on getting 4 feet on. We'll work on getting more different things on the picking up, playing frisbee type of a thing. Then we'll start to work on a bow on 1 knee. So if the horses already know how to stretch, we'll actually work on a curtsy bow first. So that's stretched, and then the head down cue. All the way. All the way. Good boy. And then a bow on 1 knee. Good boy. All the way. We'll be working on that on the second clinic and just perfecting and improving on all of our stuff from the first one. Then once we get to the third clinic, we're going to start asking some difficult moves of our horses. And that's why I want to get the first steps down really well. So if we want to do a lay down, we start with a pray, which is both front knees down. Good boy. And then from a pray, you can get a lay down. Good boy. So there's some of the things that we're excited to show you, to teach you and your horse. And it will really help your bonding and connection with your horse. It also is a good way on young horses to work their mind. So if you're short of time one day and you don't feel like you have time to saddle up and ride, 5-10 minutes of trick training is like a good little workout. And then we'll also, on the third one, be working on the sit up. But that'll be kind of advanced because you have to get the lay down before you get the sit up. So I look forward to you coming out and meeting me at my clinic and my horses. And I hope I can help you and your horse have a better connection. Thank you.